What up, Peyton? Crazy bastard. Alrighty. Got Owl's talking right now. You have a link to that, Peyton? Bet, thanks. What's that? Alright. Looks like yesterday closed bearish. So we might see some more downwards movement today, but the problem is we're coming inside of this range that we were in for 2 weeks, so we'll see what happens. And we've got Powell talking today. Rejected here pretty nicely. The low and the high right here. 4 hour, you can see it a little better. This is where we broke structure. It did make a lower low and then a lower high. Potential to see a turnaround right here. So today we might focus on coming down and lower to these levels. If it gets down there, and then we can move up, or we'll just break these lows and continue downwards for another leg down. Hourly's clean above here, so we'd be able to take buys above there, and we would also be able to take sells below here. So with Powell talking right now, I'm not sure how much it's gonna move. Yeah, you're taking a shot at the bulls too. Yeah, definitely. Because overall, we're in like a tiny macro or a micro downtrend on the daily, but overall, 4 hour, he had a nice break of structure here for sure. I could definitely see a retracement more today, and then a push back up once we get down to those levels. But yeah, thinking we can definitely take buys above that level. And they're starting to move already pretty fast, but that's just because we got red news today. We'll keep an eye on that. These all look pretty similar. The XY, let's take a look. XY is tanking right now. Okay, still bearish on the daily. Next level is basically right here. So should continue downwards for the rest of the day, probably the rest of the week, honestly, hopefully. We took some liquidity up here and then broke structure down here, so either we just keep dropping down, or we see retracement. Keep gold. Okay, yeah, I will. So either today we make our move back upwards into here and start rejecting, or we break through that, or we just break these lows right here. Next level is down there where we're going to continue to. So peep gold. All right, let's remove all this shit. Okay, so we still have that high up there. Really, this whole area is a zone. 4 hour, yeah. So buys on this would be tricky, personally, because if we break that, then we're in that big rejection zone where we don't know where it's going to turn around. So I wouldn't take buys on here personally, but we're super bullish, so it could just cruise straight through there. But look in here, there's rejections everywhere, so I would not take buys. But dropping down, you can see this range we're in on the hourly. Once we break this low, then we should see retracements down here. Yeah, if we break that low, then I'm expecting a move down to like 1840-ish, somewhere inside of here. I'll keep an eye on gold today for sure. GJ kind of in the same little range here. I know that Abdul was playing shorts here. I think he's playing it from here. So it's still chilling around where he entered. And it's starting to consolidate a little bit. So AB is in short somewhere up in there. If it broke below 160.030, then we should see a move to continue the downside. If not, break above 161.243, probably retest the high up here, which is not good for AB, especially because we have all this space right here that needs to be filled. I would not be surprised if we break this high eventually sometime this week. What up, AB? Hopefully it drops for AB, but I think we need to retrace a little bit more. I don't really see this as a solid retracement there. I guess it rejected the 50%, but we'll see. Hopefully it drops for AB. Yeah, so break below 160.040. Should keep going to at least 159.400. If it breaks below there, then we're gonna come all the way down to 155, 155-ish, 155.500. Euro USD. Let's take a look at the scan. Still pushing up. Hopefully we push up and we're inside of these zones right in here. We start creating some rejections, get some bearish candle closes, and then at the open we break those and continue up. It's kind of what I would watch for today. Back to Euro USD. USD is taking off. XY is probably just still tanking. EU's coming up on this level up inside of there. So we could see a rejection. We kind of saw rejection up in there yesterday. We might see it actually tap that level today and reject, or just break through it. But that's probably where we're going today, is somewhere up there. Similar to gold, this kind of created a little range we're in. Right in there, and there. So you don't have a very big range up to that level. So you could take them a trade up there, but it's only about a 27 pip range. So if you can get like small stop loss, then you can definitely take a buy at the top of that to continue upwards. But not a very big range, so I probably wouldn't take that. But if you look on the downside, you have a lot more room. A break below that low, and you can come first target 1066. The next target is anywhere really within this inefficiency down here, which is like 170 pips away. So definitely a lot more room on the downside, but it's pretty bullish right now, so it's also more risky. Let's go back to the XY, see what's going on. Okay. So we're just kind of creating this little channel right now we're in. It's not to be perfect, but it's just kind of bouncing between there. This is kind of a bearish setup. We'll funnel up, we might even get one more test up inside here somewhere, and then hopefully for the rest of the session we see more downside, which will help us with our buys on US30. US30 still pushing up. It's good to see a little more volume today for sure. Looks like Hayden and Abdul called a trade on UJ. Let's go look at UJ. Okay, so they have buy limit 130, 625. Let's see, 130. Oh wow, that's really far away. 130, 625. About right there. So imagine they're looking at this big impulse there. It's kind of more of. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this is probably what they're looking at somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so they fibbed this move right here. If that buy limit activates, then that EU gonna be fire. Yeah. So this is probably what they're seeing. Kind of in a nice downtrend up in here, but we had that low and then a break structure there. So now kind of seeing a retracement back into this level before making another leg up. On the 5 minute, 30 minute, okay, 30 minute, we've got that high right there, and then this low right there. So now you can see our zone, we've got that fine, so we're just inside here right now, and if we break this high, we've got clean traffic right here. Continue at least up to there. I know they need more of a retracement, so break at this low, at least coming down to 129,500, maybe, hopefully not. Hopefully it turns around right inside there for them, because I know this is where their limit is. So I'll keep an eye on UJ as well. Looks like US30 still pushing up. We're getting close to that zone up there. Let's take a look in here. So if you look at this on the hourly, this is the highest candle up there. But if we kind of drop down, we have these wicks right here. So it still will be a little risky. I think it's still a valid trade to take buys above here. We just have to keep in mind that there's still projections here and here. So when we're taking profit, we just need to be quick with it and fast to put our stop loss at our entry so that we don't lose any money. But break above there, ultimately with momentum volume, these tiny little rejections shouldn't mean much, and we should just keep seeing a push upwards. So that's what we'll wait for there. Okay, sorry, just looking at the economic calendar for the rest of the week. Looks like tomorrow. It says Thursday, but CPI this week. And then jobless claims. Okay. So we got about 13 minutes before the open. Let's take a look at some of these tech stocks. Tech stocks are pushing up. They broke structure here. Right inside there, that structure is broken there. So let's see more push up today, which helps our overall bias of being bullish on the indices. Looking at yeah. If these stocks looking bullish for the day. So hopefully we see a break above and continuation upwards. Gold. Looks like we might be heading up, test that high up there. Again, no trade for me because this big zone in there could reject anywhere inside of there. Looks like all the indices are getting up there. US30 and SPX look about the same, but NASDAQ's a little bit different and a little bit further away. NASDAQ actually had this break of structure right here. I would be interested to see if this rejects in this area and turns around. Because it broke structure pretty well right here. But ultimately, this helps our bias stay because we could see a break of that and then retest these levels up in there. So okay, we've got 2 5-minute candles left. We need to form some kind of bearish candle for us to be able to take a trade. One of my personal rules is if there's a big impulse leg that breaks structure, then I'm not going to take it because more often than not, this move's already been exhausted. So you just kind of get wicked out there. So I need like a little bit of a break where it rejects here, closes a bearish candle or two, and then at the open it breaks those and continues upwards. That's just something I found through my back testing. But by the looks of it, it looks like it might just break right through there. So we will see. DXY. Keep an eye on this as well. Here's that candle we were talking about. Hopefully we see that close something like this. Yep, I agree with the AB. If that buy activates, then yeah, EU should be fire. This will break down below here and move down somewhere in there, because this is not retraced for a long time. Just put in a lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we broke structure here, also broke structure here, and we broke this high there. So expecting bearish move down today, down in here. I can make another move upwards up in there. Got 8 minutes before the open. Eye on this here. Yeah, that's the bullish bias. Yeah, for sure. Okay. 1 minute till this candle closes, doing exactly what we said it would. Yeah, and Nasdaq's kind of rejecting right where I thought it might. It's not ideal, but I'll have to keep an eye on it. It'll be interesting if we take buys here in Nasdaq, because yesterday Nasdaq and SPX went up while US30 kind of sat around. Be interesting to see what happens today. US30 was about probably an hour delay from these two, so these two made the move first. US30 just sat consolidated for probably another hour after they had already made that move, and then it made the move up with them. So be interesting to see if that's the case as well today. It's looking like US30 and SPX are pretty much the same. So yeah, we'll just keep an eye on all of those. Okay, and that candle just closed. So now, break at these highs up there, we're good. We can take an entry and expect upwards pressure still. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. Buys above 33,511. And then for the sell side, yeah. Okay, and then pretty far away from that now, but sells below 33,300. 1343. Yeah, somewhere right there. So we are in a 164 point range. Yeah. 2 minutes left till the open. We kind of want this candle to stay up relatively high so that our stop loss isn't huge. So as long as it kind of just stays within the body of this candle for a sec, and then we need to break up. This is a little bit more of an advanced play, but if this kind of closes strong bullish, then we have this low right here. After that low, there's nothing until down here. So this is kind of a higher risk play, but you would be able to, on the break of this low, take a play downwards. That is if this candle closes bullish. If it doesn't, then that's not valid. If this closes bullish, then we're in this even smaller range. Within this range, we've come up and we've refined a range to in here, and now we have a low here. And we're still going to use this high up here, because this high, if you were to break that, then you're coming up, but rejections here, rejections here. There's rejections here on the 5-minute, but I'm not too worried about that. Looking at that on the hourly, the only rejection is right there. So that's kind of our setup now. So now we wait right here. And looks like we're pushing up. 45 seconds left in the candle, in the 5-minute candle. Get rid of some of this. Okay, starting to break up above this high. So see. Okay, here we go. Get the 1 minute. Yeah. 5-minute just opened, made that wick down. Now if we break below there, stop loss is gonna be down below there. Should continue upwards. Okay, we're in. There, stop is about 41 points. So 1 to 1 is gonna be there. And hopefully we keep pushing up. Let's take a look at the volume. Oh, wow. That's not what we want to see. I want to say just stay up in that zone. So yeah, we saw a spike in volume as soon as Powell started talking, so that could affect how much actual volume we have at the open. But there should still be more than enough volume to be able to push us upwards. Here we go. Getting close to take profit 1. We were about 8 points away from it right there. Okay. And take profit one is about to get hit. I'm gonna go ahead and put my stop break even right now. And take 70% profit right there. Okay. This over a little bit. Stops at break even. Okay, so now we can't lose money on this trade. We've already secured some profit. If it does come back down into here and stops out, that's fine. We got 7% up inside there, but we don't want to take any losses on this, especially with the Powell speaking right now. So still pushing up. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. So what we want to see on the 1 minute is we want to see candles respecting the lows. So this candle created a new low and a new high. This candle created a new low and a new high. Or sorry, new low and a new high. New high, new low, new high. So this candle, if it respects that low, we'll see it continue going up. If it breaks that, we're probably coming back down inside here. So overall, from our entry, we caught so far 53 points. Our stop loss was 41 points. So now we just kind of hold it and see if we can get any more profit off these runners up in here. With this clean traffic right here, there's no reason for us to turn around. So especially if we can get a nice strong candle close up inside here, because then it'll be even harder for rejection weight to come inside here, because what we want to see on the 5 minute now is the same thing that we're seeing on the 1 minute, where each candle is respecting its low and its high. So we can see it here, low, high, low, high. The reason this makes sense is because on the really low time frames, it's basically like you're making a little mini trend. So it might be like on the 30-second time frame, but you're putting in a low, or you're putting in a high, next candle's low, and then you're putting in a high and then a low. That just looks like one 5 minute candle here and then one 5 minute candle here, but on the lower time frames it looks like this, creating a nice bullish trend. Check NAS. Okay, I will. There we go. Yep. So NAS had a similar setup, but it rejected down here earlier, so you actually would have been able to take it from an even better price. NAS would have paid out a little bit better because you had this range that started to form. Stop loss would have been pretty big, but you would have been able to take it there. Stop would have been about 4 to 5 minutes. I'm not in the room. Yeah, sure. Looks like NAS is running about 1 to 1.85. US30 is taking off as well, so we're at about 1 to we're at 1.2 now, up in there. And like I said, look at these candles. So much drawing in here, but looking at the candles, respecting the low. This closed bearish, but still respected the low. This next candle broke the high above here. You would have been able, you could have taken a second entry right there with stops below there, and still respecting the low. So a good profit take system is, now that we've pushed up all the way here, as soon as one low is broken, the probability of us dropping down a little bit increases, so you could close the rest of your profits or take even more profits off the table once the low is broken. But for now, keep it on the 5 minute, and we just let it keep inching upwards until it gives us a reason to take to secure more profits. Gold. Yeah, gold's in this bigger range. I mean, this is a pretty big range. It's $13 there. You came up and tested that high like I thought it would. Starting to see some rejection there. DXY. Yep. So we talked about it breaking out of this channel. This is generally a bearish setup. See a bullish channel, which builds a lot of liquidity and then tanks down. You also saw it take liquidity here, so probably see it continue dropping down to take out these lows before we see a retracement up in there, but it could also retrace up in there anytime. Look like here. So here's a good time to take some more profits off the table. We broke lows right here. I'm gonna close 50% of my position that I have left. So I closed 70%, so I had 30% open. I closed 15%, so now I have 85% of my position closed. Now I'm gonna leave the rest to run. My target for that is gonna be 3.3. Yeah, my final target is gonna be 3.3680 right there. So we'll let that keep running and call it a day after that. See, when you have high volume, this is the type of stuff you want to see. The last 2 days we've streamed, we had a push above, and then we had a push down, and then it closed in the middle, and then we had the same thing up, down in the middle. Then we finally broke, but the volume wasn't high at that time, so it broke. It closed above, rejected down below, came back inside the zone, and then pushed up. So that's really hard to trade. These kind of breakout style entries if you don't have volume like that. So I think a lot has to do with we're in the first week of January, first real week in January. So hopefully from here on out we should be back to more normal volume levels that like what we saw today for sure. So 5 minute looking like we're gonna reject pretty hard right there, but we've already secured most of our profit up inside of there. So we'll just let this run. We might get stopped at break even for the rest of the position, but we've already taken most of our profit off the table up inside there. So we're fine with this last little position. It's worth it to let it either run to the top and take more profit, or it's worth it to just either let it run up there or hit stop loss. So that's what we're gonna do. So XAB. Oh wow. Okay, so nice rejection went on the 1 minute here. Break above this high, should just keep continuing bullish. So our first take profit was 561 for me. Oops. So first take profit was right there. My second take profit was right here, 33588. Now we're gonna let the rest run to 33,680, which is 166 points from there. We had a 41 point stop, so that'd be 1 to 4 risk reward there. So pretty good. If we can hit that level, that would be awesome. If not, we've already secured so much profit off the table right here. So soon as this either gets braked out or stopped out or break even right here, or we hit our final target, and then we'll call it a day and come back tomorrow. So take a look up here. 5 minute, 5 minute, previous 5 minute closes a doji, and this is starting to push down. So would not be surprised if this comes and taps our stop loss at break even, but that's fine. Gold starting to break structure on the 1 minute. Nasdaq kind of has a clean play right here. We'll have to see if this plays out. Not any kind of setup I would take, but we had a break of structure here. We also had a break of structure right there. And this nice impulse move. So if we retrace, correct that somewhere inside of here, we could see another leg upwards. Like I said, there still is a lot that needs to be filled for the bullish pressure up inside this zone up in there. So I'm expecting a push in there, but you can't rule out that there also is the same down here. So you could see this move up here, which broke structure here, broke structure here, see a move down here, then a move up into here where we could start seeing a little bit of rejection, consolidation, and then either break above these highs to continue up, to test these levels up in there, or we start rejecting inside of here, create another leg down, and that looks something like this on the daily time frame, which is a more macro kind of move, which would take weeks, a couple months to make that move. But looks like this trade hit 1 to 1.85 and then turned around. Is about at the entry. Looks like here we're actually holding strong still. We got close to hitting our break even, but we can hold this low here, break above this high, then we're probably heading for a final take profit, which is about 1 to 4. So, and all the volume still up, still seeing increases in volume here. So, yep, we'll just wait for this to go whatever direction it wants, or maybe I'll just sit inside here. We'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll call it a day and come back tomorrow. Same thing every day. It's like there's a couple of you guys that are new in here, so I'm gonna put my link to my Telegram in the chat. Be sure to join that. I put all my notifications in there when I'm live, and basically that's just how I talk to everybody. So go follow that. It's in the chat right now. And yeah, had a good trade today. Nice profit. Hopefully we can squeeze out a little bit more up here, but either way, I'm happy with today. So keeping on gold too. Started creating in this bullish trend right here. Broke structure here. See if it turns around somewhere in there to continue bullish, or if we break that high, then we're probably going to retest 1881, our next level. So yeah, breaking that low now, so we're probably going to tap our entry. So our total move was 1 to 2.27. Yep. Okay, so we just got stopped at break even. Actually, we didn't, not yet. It was close. Oh wow, if this closes back inside that range, we might be looking good. I was really close to hitting our stop. There we go. Yeah, Yep, stop got hit at break even right there. So final take profit was right here, 33,588. So good day for sure. Secured a little over 1.5% on my account. So yep, go ahead and call it a day right there, and I will see all you guys back here tomorrow. So overall 1 to 2.24 on that trade. So all right guys, have a good day, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Peace out.